Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Earthbound. My name is Adarum, and we're going to be jumping right into this game. I'm really excited to play this game. I've been looking forward to doing a Let's Play of this game on my channel for quite a while. It's kind of been something I've had kind of on the back burner, something I've been planning on doing for quite a while, and I decided, I have some free time, and I'm going to go ahead and get started right here. Okay, so our first task is to go ahead and name our main characters. This is going to be Ness, who you'll recognize possibly from Super Smash Bros. But I won't be naming him Ness. I'd rather name him something else. I think I'm going to name him after myself, actually, because this is an RPG, and yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and name him Ben after my real-life name. We are limited to only 5 characters for names, so we do have to be kind of choosy about what kind of names we can use. This character is Paula, but for this playthrough we're going to be naming her Katie, which is my wife's nickname. It's not her full name, but it is her nickname, so let's go ahead and name her Katie. And then we got 2 more characters after this, and we also got to name our dog, I believe, so yeah. Okay, and this is Jeff, or in this playthrough, as we'll be calling him, Ed. No particular reason, I don't really know anybody named Ed, but we're going with it. And then the final character, who we actually aren't going to run into until super late in the game. His default name is Pooh, but we're obviously going to go with another name as we have for the past few characters. We're naming him Ollie. Again, not somebody I know in real life or anything like that, just another kind of random name, but I did kind of want to personalize things and give the characters my own names. So our pet is going to be named, let's name him Rex. I think that's one of the actual default names that you can give him, but yeah, we're going to go with that for the dog. Our favorite homemade food is going to be, I like mac and cheese, but that's not going to fit in here, so let's say pizza, I think. I do like my pizza. We do actually get 6 letters for this name, but yeah, that's okay. And my favorite thing, this is actually going to end up being, this isn't really spoilers, but this is going to end up being the name of my main character's primary PSI attack, which is basically magic, so we got to think of something good for this. Let's go with, let's see what the don't care options are, actually, because I haven't really thought a whole lot about this. Gifts, slime, that's an interesting one. Gaming, boxing, rockin'. Let's see if we can come up with something ourselves. I think I'm going to say my favorite thing is Boom, because then my attack will be named PSI Boom, and yes, I'm leaving it in all caps. Are we sure? Yep, I think I'm all good on that route. Obviously, we're not going to be able to go back and change any of this, but I think it'll all work out. And here we have a kind of spooky intro with some kind of creepy background music. And the year is sometime in the 1990s. It's not specific about the exact year. This game actually came out in, I think, 1994? That's what I want to say. It might have been 95 in the United States, but I'm not completely sure on that. So getting a bit into this game's history, this is actually the 2nd game in a series, technically. But it was originally the only one that came out in the US. It was originally titled the Mother series in Japan. So this would have actually been Mother 2. Mother 1 was the game that came before this, but there's not really anything that ties Mother 1 to Mother 2. They are very similar in setting and characters and all that kind of stuff, but you can really play this game, without having played Mother 1 and not miss out on anything. And in fact, the first time I played through this game, I had not played Mother 1. So anyways, there's a bit of a loud crash outside. We're going to talk to our sister over here, and she's going to ask us if we were freaked out by the noise. I guess we probably were. I mean, we're up and about, checking things out. So let's go ahead and open this present. Presents are basically the items in this game. So yeah, you'll find them all over the overworld, and that's basically your system of finding items. So yeah, this game was released for the Super Nintendo entertainment system back in, you know, the mid 90s, 94, 95. I'm not 100% sure on that. I did not actually play this game when it came out. I didn't actually play this game until more recently, probably about 7 or 8 years ago. I think is probably the first time I ever ever heard of this game, because I did not own a Super Nintendo growing up. In fact, I don't think I really owned my own video game console until I got a Game Boy Color. Of course, that doesn't mean I didn't play any games before that. I just didn't have my own console. But anyways. Okay, so this game is a very funny game. It's got a lot of quirky dialogue, and you know, just lots of fun stuff. Yep, it won't stop us if you tell me not to go, because well, to be quite honest, there's nothing else I can do in the game at this point, because the road to the south, which leads to Onet, which is the town that we live in technically, although we're a little on the outskirts, we can't actually get that way right now because the police have it blocked off, I'm pretty sure. Oops, I guess we can't talk to the president, we have to check the president. There's 2 different buttons to do that. So anyways, I learned about this game. I actually was watching a Let's Play of this game done by Nintendo Capri Sun. This was way back in probably like 2008, I think, or something like that. A very long time ago. One of the first Let's Plays I watched. And and this guy is Lie or Exaggerate, and apparently he writes billboards. That's kind of his thing. But anyways, yeah, one of the first Let's Plays I ever watched was Nintendo Capri Sun's playthrough of this game. And I really liked the game, and I ended up trying it out myself. And I've played through it myself, you know, I think once or twice. But I have watched, I've gone back and watched that playthrough by Nintendo Capri Sun a couple of times. Oh, you know, I wasn't paying attention, but I said yes to being friends with Porky. This guy, actually, no, Pokey. His name is Pokey. I said yes to being friends with him, even though, honestly, you probably wouldn't want to be friends with this guy. Don't be rubbernecking, you're getting in the officers' ways. You can go home now, and tomorrow he's going to tell us about the meteorite, or the meteor, and he's kind of pestering the cops over here. But anyways, we don't have any choice at this point but to head back home. So anyways, I feel like I have a lot to kind of go over before we get too far into the game. There's going to be, since this playthrough is kind of geared towards, you know, both people who have played this game before and those who haven't, I'm going to be having a no spoiler policy in the comments section. So if you have played this game before, don't spoil it for anybody who hasn't. And if you are watching the series, then hopefully you can feel safe reading the comments and not, you know, being spoiled on any kind of story related stuff that's going on. So yeah, I'll try and I obviously don't have a huge following on YouTube, so I don't think it'll be too much of a problem for me to, you know, jump in there and delete comments if they come up. I mean, I'm sure you guys will probably be fine. I'll make sure to put it into the description of every video as well, so that way there's no excuses. But if you do see someone post spoilers and I haven't gotten to it yet, mark it as spam or something like that, maybe. I don't know, because I can't constantly be there to. What an annoying knock! I can't constantly be there to moderate the comments. So yeah, there's somebody at the door right now, and my land. That's actually something my mother-in-law always says. But anyways, here goes Pokey. He's the one with the annoying knock, and he's got kind of a funny little theme here. I hope you guys can hear the music all right. I try to make sure that the audio levels are balanced well enough that you can hear me talking, but the music is still at a decent volume as well. And he's making some comments about our mother. And he's telling us a bit about the Sharks, who are the local gang down in Onet. Did I say Onet or Onet last time? I'm never quite sure how to pronounce it. But anyways, he's gonna ask us if we can help find his younger brother Picky. And then before we go, we're gonna say goodbye to our mom. Pokey, yeah, he's a character, that's for sure. Oh yeah, and by the way, we did pick up the cracked bat from our sister's room, and we should probably equip it. Oh, and we also need to change out of our pajamas before we go out adventuring. And we should probably go ahead and equip that bat so we have weapons to defend ourselves with, because now when we go outside there are going to be some monsters showing up. Speaking of monsters, in a similar fashion to the way I've been doing the Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke Let's Play, I will be cutting out a lot of the random battles in this series, but again, as I mentioned, this is a series that's meant to, you know, be enjoyed by people who have played the game and those who haven't as well. So I'll make sure that before we start cutting out random battles that I show off each individual enemy at least once, just to make sure you guys know, you know, just get to see all the enemies in the game, at least the ones that I actually get to encounter. Anyway, this is our dad. Our dad is a telephone. We're never actually get to see him, but he does support us, and every time you complete a battle and win, he will deposit money into your bank account, and you can withdraw that money from ATM machines. They're in the stores, I believe. So, and yeah, you can also use the phone to save the game, but I'll probably be using save states because that's easier, and that way you don't have to, you know, be in certain places to save the game every time. Probably won't cut any battles out in this first episode here because I do kind of want to show off how the battle system works in this game. Obviously, we've got some pretty trippy backgrounds going on here, and we got a smash hit off there, which is basically like a critical hit. I think it does double damage. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm definitely not an expert on this game, but I do know enough about it to do a good playthrough and have a good amount to say about the game, and, you know, some tips and tricks if you do play it yourself. I definitely do recommend playing it. At this point in time, I believe you can get it on the Wii U Virtual Console. I do not own a Wii U, so I'm actually playing this on an emulator. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, anyways, kind of how the battle system works is you have a primary, like a main attack that's basically like your physical attack, and it uses you have an attack stat, and it also takes into account the weapon you have equipped. And then you can also use items in battle, such as healing items. There's also items to do a variety of other things. We'll try and show off some of those as we get further into the Let's Play, but obviously right now we don't have any. PSI will let you use some of your magic, but we don't have any at the moment. Defend, what that does is you take a little less damage, and if you have taken damage recently, you will notice that when you do take damage, that your health kind of scrolls down. You can't really see it right now because we're taking such small amounts of damage, but when you take a decent amount of damage and you're actually, you know, have a bit more health, it actually scrolls down kind of slowly, and it gives you a chance to heal. Even if you take, you know, enough damage to kill you, you do have a chance to heal. Do we have any healing items, by the way? Yeah, we do have a bread roll. So you have a chance to heal up, and defending will actually cause your health to drop a bit more slowly, so you have a little bit more time to heal. Eventually we'll have more party members. Our party members, the rest of our party members, the ones that we saw in the intro that I gave names to, they'll function the same as my main character here does, and they'll actually show up, and I'll actually be able to give them commands in battle. Pokey here is not a permanent party member, spoiler alert, so he doesn't actually, you know, become a character you can control. He just kind of does his own thing. Obviously, he's being kind of a jerk and throwing me out in front of him as a shield and thinking of himself and all that kind of stuff. Gotta watch out for these spiteful crows because they can steal your food items. I do believe they drop cookies, though. Yep, there's a cookie. Cookies don't heal very much. Bread rolls heal quite a bit more. But yeah, those crows will tend to steal your food items if you're not careful. I mean, I guess there's not really much you can do to prevent them from doing so, but anyways. So we did actually get our first PSI ability, which is PSI Life Up, which will... It does, you know, what it sounds like. It heals your health. So you do have HP and PP. The PP is your magic points. I'm not sure what the PP stands for in this circumstance, but yeah, that's your magic points, and it takes a certain amount of magic to use each spell. And there's also different levels to the spells. We had just learned Life Up Alpha. It does go up in levels to Beta, Gamma, and Omega. Does Liar Exaggerate have anything else to say at the moment? So he said there's a child's voice on the hilltop. He's busy, can't do anything about it. Okay, there's Picky up there, so let's head up to the meteorite. It looks like the police have left. I'm not sure what other business they had to attend to. Obviously, they didn't do a very good job barricading up here, so it's not very safe, and we can get right up to this meteorite that seems to still be hot and glowing. Very unsafe, but anyways, here's Picky. I do like Picky a lot more than Pokey. He seems like a much nicer kid, and he's a bit more helpful in battle. I mean, obviously, he's not going to be, you know, he's not a permanent party member. Our permanent party members, we have a main four, the ones that we ended up naming at the beginning of the game. So anyways, he's asking us if we hear a bee flying around. This is going to be Buzz, who we're going to get introduced here in a second. Just wait for this giant beam of light to come out of the meteor, and it's a bee. Or not. And apparently he's from 10 years in the future, and there was some kind of giant war. Gygus destroyed a bunch of stuff. It's kind of vague. By the way, you'll remember the intro the intro image with like the lightning flashing and stuff like that, and the UFOs and the destroyed city and all that kind of stuff. There's not actually a scene like that in the game. That might actually be supposed to be, you know, the final destruction 10 years from now if we don't stop Gygus. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his name. But anyways, Buzz is telling us about an ancient legend that 3 boys and a girl will defeat Gygus, and he'll tell us more later. Yes, we listened. We don't want to say no because he'll repeat it. But yeah, to make a long story short, basically there was a prophecy that 3 boys and a girl would save the world from Gygus, and Pokey is worried that he's one of those boys, but we know he's not because he is not an official party member. He's just kind of an extra little character for now. So anyways, now we're going to head back home again, and does Liar Exaggerate have something else to say here? So he has something to tell us, and only us. Oh, and he might have heard that little creepy noise right there. That's a signal that there's something important going on, and you should probably pay attention. And if you miss something, go ahead and talk to that person again, and that way, so you don't miss anything. So we're gonna want to go head back up there after everything is done. After we head back home, and once we're actually on our own again, we'll head back up there and talk to Liar Exaggerate. So anyways, heading up this way is we have flash of light, and this guy is gonna appear, and he seems to have some kind of feud with Buzz. And this is our first boss battle, if you could call it that. It's actually impossible to lose this fight because Buzz is gonna throw up a super powerful PSI shield to protect everybody from damage, and the Starman will literally not be able to kill us or even damage us. I don't think there's anything he can do at all. And of course, Buzz is also going to do a whole bunch of damage to this guy. This is an enemy, I believe, that we are going to end up fighting later in the game. I mean, I don't know about the Starman Jr., but I do know we fight Starman later in the game. And the Starman is actually kind of the mascot of Earthbound. The official English language cover for the game did have a Starman on it. Ooh, we got a smash hit, but that's, you know, not doing too much compared to what Buzz has been doing. And it's kind of annoying scrolling through all this text. They didn't really need to tell us that there was a psychic shield on Pokey and Picky because they're not actual party members. It doesn't really matter. But it is what it is. So we did get off, do enough damage to make our shields disappear, but Buzz puts up a shield every other turn, regardless of whether or not it was taken down. And the shield will become stronger if you already have one up. And Pokey is still being useless. Unfortunately, I missed that attack. And yeah, this really isn't a boss fight. Our first boss fight won't be for a little while yet. So there we go. Yeah, that wasn't too difficult. We do get a nice little bit of experience, and we get to level up again. The level up stats are completely random. I'll go into what all these different stats do a little bit later. Obviously, attack boosts the amount of damage you do, HP, PP, those are kind of self-explanatory. But there's a couple other ones we'll get into kind of as they come into play. Anyways, so Buzz is telling us that there's going to be a lot of enemies sent by Gygas to try and stop us, now that we know we're basically the chosen one. So yeah, we're going to head and bring Pokey and Picky back to their house, which is about twice as big as our house is. Also, it's got a very ugly floor, and this woman is smiling very creepily. That would be Pokey and Picky's mother. So we're talking to their father, and it's basically going to be implied that he spanks them. Yeah, that sounded painful. Okay, and he comes back down, and I would be happy if you left sometime soon. I'm tired of your family living next door. We loaned your father a lot of money. It may have been $100,000 or more. But, okay, yeah, anyways. Well, nice guys finish last. That's the story of our life. I think it's a dung beetle. Oh no! Buzz! I guess we're gonna have to talk to the Buzz and see what's going on. Yeah, so Buzz also wasn't a character that's gonna stick around. Buzz is kind of your intro to the game and the story and all that kind of stuff. He basically kind of dumps the plot on you all at the beginning of the game. And he's also going to explain to us how we can defeat Gygas. He's telling us that we have to unite our power with the Earth, and to do so you have to visit 8 different places, and these places are called your sanctuary locations. And we'll be going to these places throughout the game and collecting melodies that create a song that will basically give us the power to defeat Gygas. And yeah, that's basically the story. That's the whole story right there of the game, is that we will be collecting all of these melodies and becoming powerful enough. No, we don't want to hear it everything again. We already heard it. And poor Buzz here is going to die, but we only knew him for a couple minutes, so I guess it's not that much of a loss. Anyways, so we're gonna head back to our own home here, as it's just about to become daylight. I wonder if my character's getting tired, because I mean, we've kind of been out all night. I mean, we went back to bed, but yeah. Anyways, heading back inside, and we are interrupted by the photographer, who is a recurring character who, at first, you might not mind, but he gets a little irritating because he shows up all over the place, like constantly. Like, he'll just be walking along, trying to go somewhere, all of a sudden your character will stop, and you're like, what happened? And then photographer. And it's just kind of an interruption of the story and what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. Anyways. So we're gonna get sent back up to bed by our mother after eating some delicious pizza, and that's basically the equivalent of healing up. Other than at home, if you want to heal up, you'll have to use items, or you can stay overnight in a hotel, which costs money. And you can also heal up status conditions in hospitals, but we'll be getting to all of that as we can. Did I take the dog when I went outside? Because I remember you're supposed to do that, but I don't remember if I actually did. Anyway, so we're going to head down to Ona, and we're probably going to end the episode off after we get to there. I don't think we fought the runaway dog just yet. Oh, by the way, there are a couple other options I didn't explain yet. Auto fight just basically means you'll just keep using bash over and over again. Run just means you can run away. I'm not sure what determines whether or not you can escape from a battle, but yeah, that's what that does. I think I've gone over everything. There's a couple other options in battle that some of the other characters have, but we'll get into those as we get those characters. Ona is just a little ways down this way. I really love the music in this game. I don't know, it's just, like this theme right here is just so upbeat and fun. Like, I don't know, it's just a great game all around. Like I said, I've been really looking forward to playing this game. So we're gonna stop by the library real quick because we can borrow a town map. For some reason, kids are only allowed to borrow maps. Kids are not allowed to borrow books from this library for some reason. But anyways, we pick up a town map, and we'll be able to use that. Oops, if we can get out the exit over here. Let's go ahead and go into our inventory and take a look at the town map. And this is going to show us Onet, and I think when you visit other towns, you'll also be able to use the town map there. Anyway, so we're here in Onet. We're going to go ahead and walk into the town proper up here. In the next episode, I believe the thing we need to do is we're going to have to fight the Shark Gang, which you may remember Pokey mentioning. They're actually down this way a little ways. That dog is not a wild dog. That's going to be a tame dog that you can actually talk to. Oh yeah, and I can buy some new weapons here as well. But down this way, they kind of spawn kind of randomly, but they should be right here. Yeah, those are the sharks. Don't want to let them see me just yet because they are a little tough for this point in the game, and you kind of do have to do a little bit of grinding. I mean, this game isn't too grindy, but I will make sure that the grinding does get done off camera. But before we end this episode off, let's go ahead and run over to the drugstore, which is, interestingly enough, the place where you buy all your equipment. Okay, but anyways, so we're going to go ahead and buy, let's see, a T-ball bat. When an item is a better item than the one you have equipped currently, it'll start flashing like that, and that means you can go ahead and buy it and equip it there. And they'll also let you sell... Oh, wait, we don't have enough money. What am I doing? Okay, I guess we're going to have to do some more grinding before we can do that. Unless, actually, let's go ahead and go to the ATM over here. We should have a little bit. Yeah, we do. We should have enough. Okay, let's go ahead and withdraw this money. I almost forgot that I could do that. So let's take out 70 bucks. And after that, we should be able to buy that T-ball bat. Okay. Yep, let's go ahead and equip it there. And then they'll actually buy back your previous item, which you pretty much always want to do, because your previous item is going to be basically worthless. I mean, the upgrades are better in every way than the previous one. Although this yo-yo here is... I think the yo-yo is a little more wonky, and it tends to miss a lot more, but it does more damage. So it's not really like a direct upgrade. But anyways, we got a couple other items we could buy here. There's the baseball cap, which will boost your defense. Don't buy the baseball cap here if you're playing this game, because there's a free alternative, and we're going to go ahead and do that. One last thing before we end the episode off. I'm not sure how long this has gone, but yeah, you can actually get a free alternative to the baseball cap. I believe, I got to figure out where exactly it was again, but it's somewhere up here on the north side of town, maybe up this way. There's a little mole. These are like the hint moles. They tell you some like random hints about the game, but we don't really need that. I'll be explaining everything that needs to be explained, and obviously I do know how to play the game myself already, and I think I went the wrong way. I should see a little guy over here somewhere that I can talk to. Yeah, there we go. This guy, I believe. Okay, so usually watch out duty for a hideout, some of the local kids, and the hideout is right up here. It's kind of a hidden little path. But we can head inside here and talk to this kid over here, and he's going to give you the Mr. Baseball cap, because apparently we've wanted it for a long time, and he's just randomly decided to be nice and give it to us. So, yeah, let's go ahead and equip that right now, and I think that's an other. Yep, and that boosts our defense quite a bit, so that's nice. And yeah, I think I'll end the episode off here. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the start to this season. I hope you enjoy the start to this Let's Play series. I'm really excited to get through this game, and I think it's a great game. If you haven't played this game before, I mean, I definitely recommend playing it, but I think you can really get the experience out of watching me play it as well. Like I said, I won't be cutting out too much. I'll be cutting out, you know, repetitive random battles, but I'll make sure to show any monster I haven't shown before on camera. So yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Earthbound.